Good morning students. Welcome to the 14th session on groups. Let us take some theorems on normal subgroups. Theorem number 34. Let H be any subgroup and N be a normal subgroup of G. Then NH is a subgroup of G. Like this you have to prove. Here you have to take a subgroup and a normal subgroup. Then the product is a normal subgroup. You have to prove like this here. Suppose we have NH is equals to, let us define this group here. NH is equals to NH where for all N belongs to N and H belongs to H. Since E belongs to H because H is a, what here? H is a subgroup. Subgroup contains identity element. So E belongs to H and E also belongs to H. We can take 2 times here. Then this implies E into E is equals to E which belongs to NH because here so this is the element of NH are in the form of N and H where N belongs to N and H belongs to H here. So here E belongs to H and E belongs to N here. N is a normal subgroup. No? So every normal subgroup also contains an identity element. So their product here is in the form of E into E is always E. E again belongs to NH because here this is N is a NH is a so this implies here NH is non-empty. It contains at least one element E which belongs to NH. Next you have to show that here NH is a subgroup of G. Again we know the necessary and sufficient condition for a function this is a group to be a normal subgroup. It is only AB inverse belongs to subgroup is only AB inverse belongs to H. So let A comma B belongs to NH, be arbitrary. Clear, let us take here A is in the form of N1 H1 because the set NH contains the elements of NH are in the form of N and H. So it is A is N1 H1 and B is N2 H2. These some elements of NH here. So let us consider AB inverse is equals to N1 H1 into N2 H2 inverse. This is A and B. So N1 H1 apply this reversal property. This is H2 inverse N2 inverse because we know this here. We know AB whole inverse is equals to B inverse A inverse. We can call this one as a reversal property. So it is equals to this is equals to here N1. Let us group this one H1 H2 inverse into N2 inverse. This is equals to N1. This is H1 H2 inverse is nothing but here H2. We can take this one as H3 here into N2 inverse here because H3 is H1 H2 inverse which belongs to H as H1 H2 are invariants of H. So this is here this is N1 H3 N2 inverse. We can take into E because E is the identity element. So E into anything is the same element. So N1 H3 N2 inverse into this E is nothing but here H3 inverse into H3 because here A inverse into A is E identity element. This is N1, this H3 as it is, N2 inverse, take H3 here, H3 inverse and this H3 as it is. So it is equals to N1, this is nothing but here N3 because we know N is a normal subgroup in G and N3 is equals to H3 N2 inverse H3 which belongs to N for all H3 belongs to H and N2 inverse belongs to N. This you studied in previous theorems here. So it is N1. We can take this one as N3 into H3. N1 into N3 into H3. And let us take product of these two as again one more. This is element N4. So N1 into N3 is equals to N4 which belongs to N and where N1 N3 belongs to N. Since N4 is an element of N and H3 is an element of H. This implies the product N4 into H3 belongs to NH because the elements of NH are in the form of what here is N into H where N belongs to N and H belongs to H. So therefore here this N4 H3 belongs to NH. So N4 H3 is what here? So this implies here, this implies AB inverse belongs to NH for all A comma B belongs to H. So this is hence NH is a normal subgroup of G. So this is the proof of this theorem. Let us take one definition, center of a group. So center of a group means a set Z which is equals to Z which belongs to G such that here ZA is equals to AZ for all A belongs to G. So means here the elements are in the form of abelian or commutative. That is the set of all those elements of G which commute with every other element of G is called a center of a group. That is here every element of G should commute with all the elements of G here. Then we can call it as a center of a group. Take one theorem on this. The statement of this theorem: the center of a group G is normal subgroup of G. We have to prove that this is the normal subgroup of G. First you have to take the center of a group G and you have to prove that it is normal subgroup here. Let us take Z is equals to Z belongs to G such that ZA is equals to AZ for all A belongs to G be the center of a group G, because here all the elements of G which commute with every element of G here. So since for all A belongs to G, and we know here this E into A is equals to A into E here, because it is given here all the elements are which commute with each element here. So E into A is equals to A into E, and we know here E into A is same as A into E, because E is the entity element. This implies E belongs to Z, because this implies here Z is non-empty. It contains at least one element. Now it can be shown that here Z is a subgroup of G. Now to show that Z is normal subgroup of G, you have to take two elements here. Let G belongs to G and Z belongs to Z be arbitrary. So this is the definition of normal subgroup. Let us consider GZ G inverse is equals to, make this group here GZ into G inverse. So we know since GZ is equals to ZG from the definition of Z here, all the elements commute with all elements of Z. So Z into G into G inverse. So let us make the group here. Associate law you have to apply. Take this Z as it is, G into G inverse. You know G into G inverse is equals to E entity element. So now Z into E is again Z which belongs to Z. So what we have here, GZ G inverse which belongs to Z for all G belongs to G and Z belongs to Z. So this is the definition of a normal subgroup. Hence Z is a normal subgroup of G. So this is the proof of this theorem. Let us take one more definition. Normalizer of an element. It is again the same as the center of a group. The normalizer of an element A belongs to G is the set of all elements, all those elements of G which commute with A, and it is denoted by NA. That is NA is equals to X which belongs to G such that AX is equals to XA. So it is again same as the center of a group, only here is it commutes with the element A here. Let us take one more theorem. Statement of the theorem: the center of a group is normal subgroup of a normalizer of an element. Take proof. For A belongs to G, the normalizer of A is NA is equals to X belongs to G such that AX is equals to XA. The center of G is here Z is equals to Z belongs to G such that AZ is equals to ZA. This we know from the definition of a center of a group. For all A belongs to G here. To show that the center Z of group G is normal subgroup of NA, you have to put that it is a normal subgroup. So again we have for all Z belongs to Z, this implies Z into X is equals to X into Z, because we know here from the definition of center of Z here, we know Z into X is equals to X into Z for all X belongs to G. In particular, in place of X we can take here A also, because A is also an element of G. So this implies here Z into A is equals to A into Z for all A belongs to G. This implies here, this implies Z belongs to NA, because here from the definition of center of this group, Z is equals to Z belongs to G such that AZ is equals to ZA. So this implies here Z belongs to Z, Z belongs to NA. So this implies here Z is contained in NA. So since Z is normal in G, therefore this implies here Z is also normal in the set NA. So like this we can prove this theorem. Let us take one more definition of a factor group or quotient group. Let G be a group and N be a normal subgroup of G. Then the set G by N of all right cosets of N in G together with the binary operation defined by NA into NB is equals to N into AB for all NA into NB belongs to G by N is known as factor group or quotient group. That is, here you have to take the product of two right cosets. Product of two right cosets is equals to N into AB here, where NA and NB are two right cosets. So this is the definition of a factor group. Take one theorem here. For a finite group G and for each normal subgroup N of G, order of G by N is equals to order of G divided by order of N. Take proof. Let the number of distinct cosets of N in G be T. So we have, let us take the distinct cosets of N in G as denoted by T. Then by Lagrange's theorem we have here order of G is equals to order of N into T. This implies here T is equals to order of G divided by order of N. This T is nothing but here order of G by N. That is the number of distinct cosets of G by N here is nothing but T here. So that is, this implies order of G by N is equals to order of G divided by order of N. So this is only the proof. Let us take some examples on this here. First example, show that every subgroup of an abelian group is normal. Let us take a subgroup which is abelian, then you have to put it as normal subgroup. Let H be a subgroup of an abelian group G. Let X belongs to G and H belongs to H be arbitrary. So now we have XH X inverse is equals to X into X inverse into H, because H belongs to H, and this implies that H is also belongs to G because here H is subset of G. Therefore, for X inverse into H belongs to G, H into X inverse is equals to X into H inverse. So this is equals to X into H into X inverse is equals to X inverse into H. So this is equals to, here we know X into X inverse is E and E into H is equals to H, which belongs to H. So this implies here X into XH X inverse which belongs to H. Hence we know here this is the definition of a normal subgroup. Hence H is normal subgroup of G. Take one more example. If G is abelian, then prove that G by N is also abelian. Let NA and NB which belongs to G by N for some AB for A comma B belongs to G here. That is, let us take two right cosets of G by N. Since G is abelian, then we know here if for all A comma B belongs to G, then AB is equals to BA. This is the definition of a abelian group. That is, commutative it satisfies here. Now consider NA into NB is equals to N. Let us apply this associative law here. N AN into B. This is equals to, you keep this N as it is. AN is noted by NA because it satisfies this commutative law here. This is nothing but here NA and this B as it is. Again we can take here N into N into AB, and we know N into N is equals to N because N is normal subgroup. This is N into AB. It is equals to N into AB is equals to BA. Here only we have it is BA, and again we can rewrite here in backward direction. We can go in backward direction. This N is N into NA, this BA as it is. This is equals to this N as it is. Again we can apply associative law, N into B into A. This is equals to N. N into B is B into N into A. So it is equals to, this implies here NA into NB. NA into NB is equals to N into BN into N into B into N into A for all NA, NB belongs to G by N. Hence this implies what here? Hence this implies G by N is abelian, because here we know, so what we know here, this is Na into Nb is equals to, here we have proved Nb into Na. This is a abelian or commutative law. So this implies here G by N is abelian. So this is the solution of this example.